So Gagi, you
Wish you
want?
a good
Hello. Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. Day one of the second test match between India and England is done and dusted. India have made 329 runs for the loss of 5 wickets, and there's a lot to talk about today's play, especially that stunning Yashasvi Jaiswal century. Joining me for this conversation are Debashish Sen from Vizag, Ishan Shahane, Shubhayan Chakravarti, and Shomik Chakravarti. Devashish, over to you first, of course. Yashasvi Jaiswal's century will be the highlight of the day, if not the whole match. How incredible was he today?
Absolutely, it was a stunning knock by the youngster, and the highlight of this knock has to be the application and the determination that he showed. Means obviously he was willing to take his time in the middle at the start. Then once he got going, he played his shots. He did not. Oh, he gave only one opportunity after he got to his 100, and that
Yeah.
has been the hallmark of his innings. Means he looked positive. Whenever he got an opportunity to get going, hit the loose balls, he utilized it. And here we are. He has now scored the highest runs overtaking the highest he scored on his debut in Dominica against the West Indies, and he looks set to get to his 200, if not more. Gargi.
Yes, I mean that's so true. I think Jaiswal just looked the part today. Shubhayan, I think Jaiswal would have appreciated more support by Captain Rohit Sharma. Very unlike his normal innings today. He seemed a little slow to begin with, and he got out in a very sluggish way as well. So, your thoughts on that wicket?
not only from Rohit Sharma but from the other batters as well. I think it's the same story as the last match. All of them got to starts but could not convert those into half centuries or even bigger totals. But credit to Yashasvi, the way he batted, he carried India's innings along with his personal score also. But talking about Rohit, yes, it was very unlike Rohit. He was a bit tad too defensive, I would say. That ultimately got his wicket also. He has not been in great run of form. In like he's getting starts but not converting them into big ones. And when we talk about Rohit Sharma, we associate his batting with big scores like big daddy hundreds. So that's not been the case for a while now. Like in white ball cricket, he has been giving starts, but again, uh, you can see it's like a double-edged sword in white ball cricket. He has been scoring those 40, 50s, but not converting them into big ones. But okay, we can still understand it's a limited overs game, so you can give a good start to the team and your job is done. But in Test cricket, you need to get going. You need to keep going and convert those 20s, 30s into at least 50s, 60s, and from there, if you can convert them into three-digit scores, then it's fine. But I think today it was a glorious opportunity for the middle order batters who are short of runs, Rohit, Shubman, Shreyas, to get a big one. But unfortunately, none of them could.
Yes.
And it's not ideal. I mean, play is still on actually, so it's gone a bit more than we expected. But if we talk about right now, KS Bharat has been caught out, so 6 wickets down for India. And it's never ideal to lose 6 wickets and 6 early wickets. And when it comes to India, it's recently become a trend to lose, cheap wickets, not many runs. Do you see this becoming a big issue for India, Shomik?
Of course, India would feel that they have lost 4 wickets too many. And if you see the nature of the dismissals, I mean, Yashasvi Jaiswal, the hallmark of Yashasvi Jaiswal's innings was his application,
Yeah.
which Shreya Iyer, Shubman Gill lacked. I mean, still, Shubman Gill was brilliantly set up by Jimmy Anderson, bowled into the stumps, then made one go away, and he fell into the trap. And then again, he played with heart and see it again. And Shreya Iyer, what was he doing? Moving in his crease. If you are moving, move into the bowler. Try to upset his length. Why are you moving in your crease? What was the purpose? So 27, Sreyash Iyer, if he doesn't get his act together in the second innings, he should be dropped. Simple. And because it's India, playing for India shouldn't be a freebie. You are playing for India. I mean, this is a badge of honor, and you can't lose your wicket that way. Also, if you go to Akshar's wicket, the way he was batting, and then again a soft dismissal. pick the backward point fielder. The, the fact of once again, India have lost. This was the pitch. This was a pitch that will be best for batting for the first 2 days, and then we will have some wear and tear. Now India got an opportunity and they won the toss. And at the end, after the day's play, when they will assess the day's performance, they will feel that it was an opportunity missed, wasted rather.
Devashi,
It was an
a
opportunity
strong
wasted.
yes. Devashi, it's a strong statement made by Shaumak here that Shreyas Iyer should be dropped if he doesn't continue up with his performances in the near future. Do you agree with this, first of all? And a second follow up question is that this was a batting friendly wicket, as mentioned by one of our viewers as well. I'll just put the message on the screen here. And do you think the middle order should have capitalized more?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at the partnership, the first wicket partnership was for 40, second wicket partnership was for 49, and the third wicket. I think the best partnership was that third wicket partnership, which was for 90 runs. But in test matches, partnership of 90 runs won't give you that big total. Means I'm talking about totals like 450, 500. And see, it was a promising partnership the first 2 wickets, but both did not capitalize and went on to make it big, make it count. So I think herein the problem lies because the England were always in the game. They were picking those wickets, getting those breakthroughs. It was mostly it was soft dismissal. Apart from the James Anderson wicket, um, of Shubman Gill because he fell into a trap. Shreyas Iyer no shot. And it was a brilliant catch by Ben Foakes, low down, and and see and some of the specials obviously doesn't help. Means Rohit Sharma, you take for instance leg side bat. It was a no shot. And the field was perfectly placed for that. Leg slip. So you need to build on the partnership and test cricket. In fact, any cricket for that matter, it's all about partnership. And if and this 49 partnership doesn't help, obviously there is no 100-run partnership. And so obviously that partnership between Shreyas and Yashasvi did look promising, wherein they put in almost 90 runs. But again, that's soft dismissal by Shreyas. Gargi.
Yep.
Yes, and Atriyo is joining us. Atriyo, where are you? First question.
You're on mute,
You're
Atro.
on mute.
I'm not sure where this place is. I'm somewhere in Vizag.
This,
Just
this is this
exploring.
is this is what the Indian batters say after they get to 20. I don't know where I am, but I am somewhere.
Right.
But Atriyo talking about everything but Yashasvi Jaiswal. If we keep Yashasvi Jaiswal aside, it's been a poor day for India when it comes to batting.
I agree. I completely agree because if you take his runs aside and look at, let's give Yashasvi 30. I mean, like others for 30, 20, 40 and all that, give Yashasvi 30 and then look at the Indian total. How does it look like? I mean, he scored about 60% of the team's runs, right? And this has been a problem. I mean, we discussed about this in the previous set as well, that a number of them got starts, none of them got big ones. And today, after winning the toss on this kind of a wicket, I think it was imperative. It was very important to get to a total of as big as possible in the region of 450. And it's not ruled out, but they'll have to work really, really hard to get there now. And that's because
Yes.
a number of them all of them fitted to the starts.
Yes.
Yes,
And
and
Shubhayan, we have some upset fans over here who are mentioning that we missed Emperor Virat Kohli. So, do you think having Virat Kohli in the squad would have made such a big difference, or are we overreacting over here?
He, he
I
has
see.
he has written Kohli.
yeah, also Emperor.
Kohli.
So
But
Emperor, yes.
Ishan, Ishan. See, of course, he's a batter of the highest stature, so of course his presence makes a huge difference. But we can't predict what he could have done. He could have scored three ducks. He could have scored three centuries. Who knows?
Yeah.
So let's not talk about the ifs and buts, but focus on who the players are in this game. And as Atri also said, it's blood boiling stuff. You look at the dismissal, Shubman Gill playing with hard hands. There's no need to play that shot.
Mhm.
You can't poke your bat against someone who has played like millions of test matches. He Anderson bowled impeccably well, but you can't play that shot. Akshar Patel at the end of the day. You could have survived the five more overs and closed the day with an upper hand, but suddenly that instinct to play that cut shot and give that wicket away. KS Bharat, he was almost settled. He had played a few deliveries. So there was no need to play that shot and give your wicket away a couple of overs before the close of the day. Had he played out that over, that would have been stumps. But he lost his wicket, so we are seeing an extended day and a few more overs. I think this is going to be the last over which Rehan Ahmed is bowling. But there was no need to give away those two wickets. Yes, I agree. Shubman is not scoring, Rohit is not scoring, Shreyas is not scoring, but KS Bharat, Akshar Patel, it's a big match for him in the absence of Ravindra Jadeja. If he can if he could have scored a big run, a good 60, 70, then the Indian team management would have been assured, okay, we if Jadeja is not fit enough, then we should not rush him because we have an Akshar Patel. So you
Mhm.
can't play irresponsible shots. Like in the first match today, also all the dismissals, most of the dismissals were irresponsible shots.
Yes, fair.
Shobik,
And
when we
yeah.
talk about Virat Kohli, how long can we depend on just one person to get us over the line?
Very true.
No, the
Yes,
fact of, yeah, see, some players are irreplaceable in the sense that not only his batting, I mean, he is a world class batsman in his own right. So not only his batting, but his body language when he is in the field, I mean, he it gives the entire unit a lift. And also, he is always in Rohit Sharma's ears, offering suggestions and inputs. Rohit is seriously missing that also in the field and in that dressing room. Someone like Virat Kohli, you cannot replace him. And the entire body language, the aggression part. India previously have lost the first test in a home series 2017 against Australia, 2021 against England, but they bounced back and won the series. And one of the reasons for that was Virat Kohli. He believed. Ravi Shastri was in the dugout. He believed. That was an attacking combo. Right now, what we have been saying is something that is not up to that mark. The standards that have been set by Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli in red ball cricket, we are below that at the moment. That's why today also, even on a fantastic batting pitch, it was an England's day. 6 wickets gone, it was an England's day. When it should have been at least 350 for two or 350 for three. It happened in England. So England will take a lot of heart from this performance on day one. And another thing is that while we talk about Virat Kohli, we also should talk about Rohit Sharma as well. If we see his first 18 matches at home, 700 650s. Over the last 1 year and a half, his average at home has dropped to 35. He has scored just one century. Now, we usually don't take too kindly to the criticisms of our demigod, but Jeffrey Boycott, one of the finest analysts of the game, recently wrote in his column saying that Rohit is probably past his best in red ball cricket. He's playing eye-catching cameos, but he's no longer scoring big.
Uh,
Yeah.
Very true, very true. Completely agree with you.
Yes. And I think there's been no mention of Rajat's debut for now. So I think Shubhayan and Debashish, your thoughts on Rajat's debut before we
Let
close the
let
segment.
let Devashish talk about it.
It was a promising innings to say, and especially that reverse sweep he hit means that was called class written, and he looked good. But then, unfortunately, it was a very soft dismissal. Ryan Ahmed means obviously he played on, and then and that ball rolled onto his stumps. I mean, it can't get any. I mean, it can't be any disappointing than that. I mean, he looked good to get a 50 and some of the shots because in the commentary I was listening to, everyone was saying good things about him, and the manner in which he faced his innings. But then see, there is huge competition. Let's face it. Means obviously whoever gets an opportunity need to cash in. Means obviously the scores of for 30 and 40 won't guarantee your place in the side, because you have someone like Sarfaraz Khan waiting in the wings, KL Rahul, who in all probability will be fit and come back again for the third test in Rajkot, because there is still 10 days after the second test. We yet do not know about the Jadeja. He might as well miss out. But then KL Rahul and Sarfaraz Khan are definitely two batters waiting in the wings. I mean, obviously, KL will definitely walk into that third test match squad. So you need scores under your belt, and obviously, I would feel that it will be very disappointing. In the past, the most disappointing will be Rajat Patidar himself, because it means it was a very soft dismissal.
Yeah.
And Atriyo, we've got a comment here that says, say anything, but Rohit is not fit enough to prosper in all formats at the same time. Time for selectors to make him drop formats. Atriyo, your thoughts, after a poor run of form from Rohit Sharma, what do you think about it now?
You're on mute, Atru. You're on mute. You're still on mute.
Yeah, I think there should be some sort of thought revision or thought correction after the series, not during the series. Yes, why just Rohit? I mean, all the India cricketers play all formats. They play IPL. They are heavily in demand in IPL. So, which are obviously different ball games. Like if you see England, Ollie Pope doesn't play T20 or one days. He has never played a one day or ODI or T20. He's a test specialist. James Anderson doesn't play any other format. So, there will, I mean, these are just general comparisons. I mean, nothing, not that they are doing it, that is why we have to do the same thing. I'm not saying that. But there will have to be some sort of a thought revision, course correction, and you have to identify the people who are going to go ahead with. Why Rohit Sharma? I would say, why have Akshar Patel at number 6 in a test match? He averages 35 in first class cricket and also in test cricket, which is good for somebody who bats 8, 9. But that doesn't make him a number 6. That's a specialist batter's slot in any form of cricket. In one day cricket, yes, bits and pieces things can be maneuvered differently. But Test cricket, number 6, Akshar Patel, I was very disappointed to see that.
I think Shomik has a
It's
point
not
to
only
make.
about Rohit Sharma. It's not only about Rohit Sharma.
So, Vishal, I'm a little concerned about the future of Test cricket in India. In the sense, I would say this because we saw a boom at the turn of the century when Saurabh Ganguly became the captain. When Saurabh Ganguly he set a certain benchmark, and we got arguably the greatest middle order in the history of the game. And then Virat, Cheteshwar Pujara, Rohit, they followed in their footsteps. Now, who are Virat, Rohit? They are not going to play forever. Pujara and Rahane are already gone. Now we have Virat and Rohit. Who after them? Shubman Gill, Shreyash Iyer. Are they interested to play Test cricket? Do they take Test cricket as a badge of honor? Do they have the right temperament to play Test cricket? I'm a little concerned the way India's new generation has been batting in Test cricket. I'm a little bit concerned.
Yes, it is concerning for sure.
And Debashish, Shubman Gill, what is it about, Shubman Gill that he's not able to convert these knocks into big ones in Test cricket for some reason? Is it concerning to you right now, or will you still, put some faith in him?
You're on mute.
As Atro rightly said, that let's not take a hasty decision. Obviously, let's take it one series at a time. See, there are still three more test matches to go. Before we pass on a judgment and straight away rule him out, means it doesn't help his cause, neither does it help India's cause. Means obviously, obviously, he took a decision to bat at number three. He opened the batting. He scored 874 runs opening the batting. And then he suddenly decided that it was his decision. Remember, it was Shubman Gill's decision to bat at number three. And what we see, 11 innings, he has scored only 195 runs. So whether he was well equipped to bat at number three, the judgment was his. He felt confident that he can go and score runs at number three. Obviously, he has to fill in the shoes of someone like a Cheteshwar Pujara, and Cheteshwar Pujara is scoring runs in domestic cricket. Obviously, so obviously pressure is definitely mounting on Shubman, but then we need to give him at least one series. Say another three more tests, but he looked good. Today also, Shubman looked good until that he played into James Anderson. I think he looked good, but then definitely let's not take hasty decisions. I'm talking about everyone. Means obviously Rajat Patidar, means Sarfaraz Khan, whoever gets, you need to give at least 3-4 matches before ruling someone out. It's totally.
Yes, and there's quite an interesting comment here from Siddharth Sharma, who says that Akshar Patel is coming to bat at number 6 because of the impact player rule in IPL has ensured that no young player sees merit in being a proper all-rounder like Jack Callis and Kapil Dev. Atreo, you have a smile on your face. What do you think? Well, your thoughts?
Mute. Ajwala, you're on mute.
Yeah, I see. I don't think the names mentioned over here are of any relevance. They belong to a different era. During the time of Kapil Dev, there was no IPL, and then Virat Kohli played IPL for about 3-4 years. So, but what I think I mentioned this before also, that you can't have Akshar Patel as a number 6 batter in Test cricket. I mean, see, he is scoring. Akshar Patel scoring very, very useful runs at number 8 and number 9, 50s, 40s, 70s. Those are extremely handy, no doubt about it. But those came below down below the order. And number 6 is a position which belongs to a batter. I mean, doesn't have to be a specialist batter, but has to be a batter. So that is where I think India missed the trick. I mean, I understand this need to go in with 5 bowlers, which Indian team has done successfully over the last 2 years. Otherwise, they wouldn't have reached the WCC finals for 2 successive years. So they must have got something right in the 5 bowler formula. But I am just saying that it's a horses for courses policy. I mean, when you don't have Jadeja is 2 players in the form of one. So when he is missing, you're replacing him with a bowler and not looking at the other batting option. So that is where I think India misses a trick. I mean, nothing, not to discredit Akshar Patel. I mean, he is a player who will give you 20-30 runs. That's his job. He will just bowl a few overs, field well, and do all those things. But he's not a specialist batter.
This is a
Yes.
brilliant point made by Atreo. This is a brilliant point made by Atreo because your number 6 should be good enough to face the second new ball. Your
Right. Yeah. And today he was lucky that he didn't face a second
it's the
ball.
second new ball. Akshar Patel is a number 8 or number 9 batter. He is not a number 6.
Yes, and Debashis, before we wrap up, your final thoughts for Team India when they go out to play on day 2?
Obviously, the key will be Yashasvi Jaiswal now that KS Bharat has also gone out. And obviously, Ravichandran Ashwin is the only recognized batter. With all due respect to Jasprit Bumrah and Mukesh Kumar, though we should not
I
be
mean,
over dependent
yes,
on them. But then
yes, we
the
can't
key will
bat
be
alone.
Yashasvi.
Yes.
but then now the situation is he has to do the burden of scoring now. Means obviously if
Yes.
Yeah.
India has to make go anywhere near close to 400, Yashasvi Jaiswal has to score 250. Else, I say nowhere means obviously India might as well get rolled out for 350, 360 or so. But the key will be Yashasvi Jaiswal now. Obviously, but then the thing is that he has to start from again. The first session will be key.
Yes, and we'll wrap it up with on that note. Let's see what happens tomorrow if Yashasvi Jaiswal sticks around. Yashasvi Jaiswal will stick around. I think it's the other end that we have to worry about a little bit because that's been the problem today as well. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Until then, stay tuned to Ref Sports. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.